A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 6, verses 12 to 19. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. At about that same time, he climbed a mountain to pray. He was there all night in prayer before God. The next day, he summoned his disciples. From them, he selected 12 he designated as apostles: Simon, whom he named Peter, Andrew his brother, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James son of Alphaeus, Simon called the Zealot, Judas son of James, Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Coming down off the mountain with them, he stood on a plain surrounded by disciples, and was soon joined by a huge congregation from all over Judea and Jerusalem, even from the seaside towns of Tyre and Sidon. They had come both to hear him and to be cured of their ailments. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 6, verses 12 to 19. Today's feast honors Saints Simon and Jude, apostles. While the New Testament reveals almost no other information about either of them, tradition holds that these apostles traveled together, possibly to Egypt and then to Persia, where they preached the gospel and offered their lives. St. Jude is venerated as the patron saint of the desperate cases and lost causes, making him a popular saint for the troubled times of our lives, particularly when we feel lost and alone. On the Feast of the Apostles, the Gospel highlights three important details from Jesus: prayer, call, and mission. Jesus goes up to the mountain to pray. After the prayer, chooses the 12 apostles from among his disciples to join his mission. Jesus, we are told, went up to the mountains to pray and spend the whole night there in prayer to God. Some might wonder what Jesus would have to pray about. Such a question may reveal a limited concept of what prayer is. It is not just a question of asking for things. It is even less a question of fulfilling a religious duty, saying our prayers. Jesus' main concern was that he does the will of his Father. It makes a lot of sense that Jesus would have wanted to be in an intimate contact with his Father and to have spent long periods with him, making sure that there was complete harmony with that will. The election of the apostles is one of the central moments in the life of Jesus. Hardly anyone knew, but that handful of normal men was the spark that later turned into fire that set the whole world on fire. We sometimes use the terms disciples and apostles interchangeably, but they have very distinct meanings. The word disciple is applied to any person who commits himself to be a follower. Apostle refers to a person who goes out as an emissary, delegated to pass on information or instructions to others on behalf of some authority. In the Gospel, we find the Lord telling his apostles, "I have chosen you, and not you chose me." He has chosen them after hours of prayer. Can that be true of us too? If we have become his disciples or apostles, it was not our choice. Rather, it was his choice. He has prayed for us before choosing us, and that choice is certainly for a purpose. to discern that purpose of Jesus for us, there is no other way than to spend time with Him. Perhaps forget about all the prayers that we already know and simply stay with Him to listen to and talk to Him.